Banished from Earth, Classic Game Room broadcasts from the intergalactic space arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room, coming to you from the 25th century, where I bring you the review of a must-own game on your Atari 2600. This is the incredible Fall Down. Help, I've fallen down, and I can't get up unless I'm going to play more Atari, which I am, so that's good. Look, the little Atari guys are doing the Running Man. Don't fall down just yet. Sit down, because Atari fanboy Mark has a treat for you. I love 21st century Atari 2600 games. Released in 2005, Fall Down appears to be published by the folks over at Atari Age and supports the AtariVox to save your high scores. This is one of these games that just revels in its simplicity. You're just trying to get through each of the floors first. As you can see, and you can push your opponent out of the way, there's power-ups, and it's a terrific single-player game, but one that gets even better when combined with some friends and bourbon. Cheers to an evening of bourbon and Atari 2600. I'm playing some Fall Down with my friend Dan.
Cheers.
BSO Dan, Blue Screen of Dan on Twitter, and are you ready to get your ass handed to you?
Absolutely not.
That's a great combination. Alright, time to die, Dan. Alright, I'm the red guy, Dan is blue, and we've had the same amount of whiskey. This is easily one of the best two-player games that you can get for your Atari 2600. It's easy to pick up and play, it's simple, and it's incredibly fun. It's fun because it's part luck and part trying to screw your friend over, which always makes for a good time, because you just want to fall down as quickly as possible. The game ends when you're both crushed at the top of the screen. And notice we are both playing Atari 2600 properly with Sega Genesis controllers.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Wouldn't have it, exactly. Yes!
No.
There's a couple strategies here. As you may have noticed, you can trap your opponent and have them get crushed at the top of the screen, which effectively puts them in the penalty box for a few seconds. Then they'll return after you've hopefully scored a few points. Also, keep an eye out for those power-ups. One power-up gives you a short speed boost. 2 cuts a hole in the floor and drops you through it. 3 gives you a longer speed boost. And 4 turns this game into Truxton. You activate the power-ups by pushing your Atari joystick button or B on the Sega Genesis controller. 4 actually switches places with your opponent. I think 3 is the best, because the speed boost comes in really handy when the game gets faster. As you might expect from an Atari 2600 game, it just increases in speed and difficulty. And golly, is it fun! This game goes so well with a glass of bourbon.
Well, it doesn't really.
Or 2.
Yeah. Or 3.
We have not had 3. 3 is right out.
That's not true. That's not true.
3 impacts the next day. This is true. Bourbon is not to be trifled with. However, your Atari 2600 is. In addition to the excellent gameplay, I have to compliment Fall Down's instruction manual and cartridge art design. This is a nicer manual than you get for most AAA PlayStation 4 games, which most of them, by the way, don't even give you an instruction manual anymore, come to think of it. I love the character designs, their little faces, and use of color. Good job! When can we expect the Sega Genesis release? Frequently getting through the floor first is all luck, depending on where you land. Other times you can race there first. Don't forget you can run from one side of the screen into the other, which Dan clearly forgot there. You can blame your drink, Dan, but I blame your lack of skill. As you can see, this game is a lot of fun when it picks up the pace. And don't forget the AtariVox, which will save your high scores and deliver a bit of audio. It declares the winner after each round.
Did Admiral Akbar have a sister?
It's a trap!
It would be.
Check out my review of the AtariVox to see how that thing works. It's pretty fascinating. And I've got a classic game room shout out and thank you to send to Andrew from Lusby, Maryland. And Andrew, I'm in between maps, but I will get you up on the new one. Thank you, Andrew. This game is fantastic. It really is. It's quickly become one of my favorite Atari games, and certainly one of the best two-player games, right up there with Warlords in Combat. It's Fall Down. Yeah! Super speed! Red wins.
This game needs Eye of the Tiger on the soundtrack. That would really make it all the better.
You know you're in trouble when the game goes to blue. There's a bunch of different gameplay modes in Fall Down, a couple different single-player modes, and two-player. But sadly, no online multiplayer, right? No Atari 2600 Live support. That's a shame. Maybe it'll work with SegaNet. Check AtariAge.com for availability. I'm not sure if they're still making it, but I hope they are. It's really good. It's Fall Down.
44, 45, 46, 47,
No.
48,
No.
49, 50, I forgot what was after 50, 51, 60, 54.
The red guy will have his revenge. Yes! 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 Revenge is a dish best served red. Welcome to the club. It's the Lord Carnage Club, where I give thanks to these backers on Patreon. Starting with Jeff CapDauntless Breyer, Ohad Kane, Jack Stavris from Australia, Phillip Michael Stiles of Ortona, Philip Straubenmuller of Vienna, Austria, Landon Ellerby, Justin Duran from Palm Desert, California, Steve Chucknick from New Jersey, Sean Zoltek, Rick DeBarros, Pimp Trex, Al Stiver, Chip Senkbeil, Shadow Minion, for Lord Carnage, Busy Signal, Jason from Kamloops, British Columbia, Will, Zach Brenner, Sergio, Matthias Hergert, Jim Moriarty, Rob from Palmerston North, New Zealand, Kishorken, Soft Otaku. See you next time on Classic Game Room Mark III.